We are at the July 2025 webinar, and we've got something very special in store for you today. We're going to go ahead and test your chat right now. I'm going to open my chat window. I'm going to make sure that you have yours opened. We're going to keep this very interactive as we usually do. I want you all to see if you can finish the saying. A penny saved is a penny. Put it in the chat. A penny saved is a penny. Look at y'all. You're pretty fast. Pretty fast. Well done. A penny saved is a penny earned. A patient saved is a patient earned. A patient lead that is saved is a patient leave that has been earned. And we're going to be talking about what are some of the silent killers of marketing. And fortunately for you today, this expands beyond just marketing, because we're going to talk about the things that are necessary to know, have in place, and to routinely check to make certain that your practice is not a sieve, right? A sieve is something that's basically like a strainer, right? And we don't want, listen, there's certain people that we don't want in the practice, and that's understood. You learn all about that when you go to MGE, Communication Sales Seminar A, right? The trouble patient. Raise your hand if you've had a trouble patient or two in your history of the practice. Raise your hand. Heck yes. And you have all been trained so much. I know a lot of you can go toe to toe with some of these rough ones, right? But we don't let these rough ones come in because maybe we've got some new staff that aren't on as stable ground as we are, and they just cause trouble. So we don't want to save them. But what about the individuals that are kind of mid on the spectrum? And what do I mean by that? Well, we have the trouble way off on the right-hand side. We don't want them. And then we have the easiest of all people over on the left-hand side. I mean, they basically do everything themselves. They even come and they bring cookies. They give you big hugs. They come early. Raise your hand if you got a couple of those. And raise your hand if we love them. Absolutely love them. Just can't get enough of them. But this planet is composed of people of all types and all tone levels, emotional tone levels, notwithstanding the fact that there are life conditions that make somebody who's normally a fantastic person, very compliant, not so fantastic and not so compliant. They're having a difficulty in life. They're in a point of trouble. Something tragic has just happened in their life. So we have to take that all into account. And in doing so, we have to make certain that we are at the top of our game. We're going to talk about what are some of the marketing killers, 7 things that quietly destroy your patient flow. And these are going to expand beyond just marketing. So before I get into it, I would like you to put in the chat right now, what do you think is going to come up? Just list them, as many things as you can. Just list them right now. What do you think are some of the silent killers? Stephanie Crick saying reviews. Good. Not posting enough. Love that, Amy Smith. Randy, posting too often or not enough. Yeah, I don't know about the too often, but I know about the not enough. Yelp complaints, Amy Goff. Yep. Not responding on time. Oh my gosh. Well done, Omer. Not engaging, right, Tracy? Keep it going, guys. Not enough follow-up. That's right. Not following up with patients. No promotion for the office. Spot on. Internal marketing, minimal social media, no outflow, low funds to marketing, not following up on quality leads that come in, not having this SOP in place. SOP being a standard operating procedure, right? Not consistent marketing. Yeah, keeping SP team members. So an SP is a suppressed person, an antisocial person who's there to kind of like make things miserable for everybody. So that'd be correct. Internal referrals from other patients. Yeah, not getting them, not asking for them. No out of office engagement with patients, promotions and such, right? Not enough outflow, internal marketing and external marketing alike. That's spot on, Carmina. These are all absolute killers. You guys are doing great. Keep going. You're the seminar now. You're going to be delivering this today. I'm going to have each of you give a little section and talk about it and your past experiences with it. Probably not. But I do love all this feedback and engagement. What I will say is this. We're going to take up 7 of them, but I got a list of 7 more. I'm going to take up as many as we can, and I'm going to do it at a rapid pace. But what I want from you is I want your engagement and feedback just like you're doing. So I'm going to get straight into it right now. For those of you who don't know, my name's Dan Brown. I'm one of the owners of Blumberg Digital. Myself and Jeremy Blumberg, we're the two owners of Blumberg Digital. I am the Chief Operating Officer of Blumberg Digital, and many of you know me as the Senior Service Consultant of MGE Management Experts, where I'm one of the lead seminarists and deal with, different clients and such. Many of you I've had the pleasure of dealing with on a client relationship in MGE. So what we do at Blumberg Digital is we take everything that you learn at MGE and we put it into practice in a marketing context. Before I start my presentation, I'm going to tell you this. Actually, I'm going to survey you. A number of you do Google Ads and track leads, whether through a digital reactivation service that we offer, or Google Ads, or a marketing funnel. Whether you do it through us or another, please raise your hand if that's you. If you are doing some sort of Google Ad strategy or digital marketing and you track a leads platform. Good, thank you. We are on the cusp of building in integration with your dental software. What are we talking about here? We're talking about when you get a lead in from a Google Ad strategy, from a digital reactivation strategy, from an implant funnel. Well, you get that in on your leads tracking platform, but that leads tracking platform historically does not integrate with your dental software. We're working on fixing that right now, which means when you get a lead in, we're going to associate it with your dental software. You're going to be able to update certain things. If they say, don't call me anymore over here, it'll update over there and vice versa. But even better is we're going to see what is the return on investment, your ROI. How much rubber is hitting the road on your marketing strategy? So we're working hard and heavy on that. We hope to have that in place within weeks at this point in time. So we're very excited about that. If you're familiar with the org board and organizing board, type in right now me in the chat. If you're familiar with the organizing board, type in me. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar with the organizing board is a series of posts and functions and stuff. I'll see if I can get a picture of one up here for you. I think a number of you even have DDS dashboard where you have these tools, but I want to go through something with you. So this is a generic organizing board. So you have the owner sits at the very top. Of course, you have this amazing individual here called an office manager, very special individual, because that person is running the organization. You have a front desk executive, so that'd be a junior manager that's over divisions 1 and 2. Then you have a back office manager over divisions 3, 4, and 5. And then a public executive over division 6. And then all the way down here, you have our executive division. Okay. Some people say, well, why is division 7 at the front? Well, we're going to talk about that. But what is this org board? Well, let's just go through it real quick. It is a flow chart for your organization. So division 1, patient calls in or comes in to the organization and they come into your front desk. I click on the front desk section. We'll see all that happens there. Keeps the reception clean, reception, telephone, copier, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So those are the functions being held by the receptionist. That patient is then routed over here where they are diagnosed and sold treatment by our illustrious treatment coordinator. And once they accept treatment, then it moves over to our finance division where the treatment payment is finalized. Any insurance is covered, et cetera. That's with our insurance verification section and collection section. And we collect the money. Then we schedule it over here at our scheduler coordinator. And then we prepare that case and the person and we produce it. Then we make sure they're happy with it. That's quality control. We make sure we're happy with it and the patient's happy with it. And then it comes over here to the public division where we get a Google review. We get a testimonial and we do referrals, those referrals and that person now being a brand ambassador for your practice, that collectively with promotion and marketing brings more people in and they come in via division 1 and the cycle repeats. This is a flow chart of what happens in your practice. And division 7 sits on the front here because truly this organizing board, while I have to represent it on your flat screen as a flat panel, it's actually a cylinder. It's a circle. And you can see that people come in, they get sold, it gets collected, they get delivered to, we make sure it's quality product. We then ask them for referrals. They're Google reviews and their testimonials bring more people in, and the cycle repeats. Division 7 is the executive division that oversees it and sees all of these flows are nice and smooth. And so Division 7 is at the front and the back. It's constantly overseeing. You can see it's represented up here as the management. So what are you doing as an executive? Just about everybody here is probably an executive or has an executive capacity, unless, of course, you're the new patient coordinator or an assistant or whatever, but at least you understand what you are doing as an executive is you are overseeing the smooth flow. You're making sure that no ball gets dropped. You are making sure that nothing sticks, stops, slows as it goes through this natural flow. There you go. There's the org board defined, illustrated, and now you understand. But as an executive or even as yourself, whatever your position is, you have the flows of what you do, such as setting up a room for an assistant, preparing it, making sure everything is sterilized, properly prepared, everything's there that needs to be there. And then the patient comes in and then the treatment is delivered. And then we clean up behind that and get that room ready for the next patient. That is a flow. Everything is a flow across terminals on an approved line. Flow across terminals, the different people, receptionist, treatment coordinator, finance coordinator, doctor, assistant, hygienist, etc. A flow across terminals along approved lines. That's what organization is. So what we're doing here today is we're looking at the flow of your marketing, specifically your leads, all the way from the very inception through to the very end. And what would be the end? Put it in the chat. What do you think is the end of the flow? Or is there an end to the flow? Put it in the chat. I know that I've asked that question in a possibly patient in the chair, Wendy. Okay, treatment completion. I want you to really look at happy patient that refers. There we go. Right, them referring a new patient, Amy Evelyn, of course, who could probably give this webinar. Correct. The flow actually never stops. It's that happy, healthy patient who keeps coming back. I'll see if I can get it on the screen again. You guys have nailed it. And you got to make sure that you do understand that this flow is exactly this. Let's look at this down at the bottom here. Profitable, expanding dental practice, manned by a competent, fun and passionate team that services happy, healthy patients who understand oral health, get the dentistry they need, and who become ambassadors for good oral health, referring their friends and family. That is our product. The flow actually never stops. The person goes from, I need a dentist. Who should I choose? That's marketing. That's you. They find you. They reach out to you. You get back to them. You handle that lead. We call that a lead or a reach. We handle that lead, that reach really quickly. And we get them in a friendly, professional, and speedy fashion. We get them appointed. We get them arrived. We get them seen. We get them greeted and seen and moved to the back. We get them diagnosed. We find out what they need to be totally happy and healthy. We get them paid, collected, scheduled, delivered. We're happy. They're happy. Quality control. We get a Google review. We get a testimonial. We get referrals. And we get their next appointment as well as any referrals. And that collectively with more promotion marketing brings more. Your job and what we're doing here today is to identify leaks. Leaks to that, slows to that, stops to that. If you have a non-existent terminal, you're going to have a problem. Office managers, let me ask you this question. And I want you to hold your hand up until the questions are no longer applied. So if you hold 2 or more positions, raise your hands. Anybody here? If you hold 2 or more positions, keep your hand up. 3 or more. 4 or more. 5 or more. 6 or more. Some of you are getting real tired hands. You see where I'm going there? Let's take a look at it. How well can you hold 6, 5, 4, 3 different hats? It can be pretty exhausting. So that's why we need to get a terminal, a person to be held ultimately responsible for that position, and you become a supervisor for that position. You are otherwise holding that HFA. Anybody want to put in the chat what HFA stands for? You are holding that HFA. There we go, Janelle. Spot on. I didn't even need to finish the sentence. Look at you. Help from above. That's it. So So what we're doing in this webinar is we're talking about where does marketing break down on this org board, on your flow. We gotta kind of go, okay, good. Is it a missing terminal? Is it a missing line? Is there a stuck flow? And then we resolve that. So with that, a little bit more than just marketing that we're talking about, and hence that's what you get with Blumberg Digital. We're more than just a marketing company. We're here to make certain that you understand, we understand, and we get not only the system, but we understand your everyday problems. So let's talk about these marketing killers. 7 things that quietly destroy your patient flow. You're doing everything right. You've got a website, you're running ads, and you're active on social media. But the patient flow still isn't where it should be. This webinar breaks down the 7 sneaky, silent issues that sabotage growth with real examples and practical fixes. First one, no lead follow-up. So this is, while it's a webinar, I'm turning this into a workshop. I want you to right now put in the chat, what would be an example of no lead follow-up? Be quick to it, get your answers in there. Keep it rocking, not calling the patient. Yep, new patient requests left in inbox, right? Ignoring any lead. I love that, Wendy. When Wendy didn't just say ignoring a lead, it's any lead. Slow follow-up, right, Janelle? I mean, think about it. And we're going to take this up, but yeah, not calling, texting, not reaching out more than once, right? Beautiful. Only following up once or not doing all the cycles. Yeah. Carmen, what would be all the cycles? Open up your microphone. Tell us what follow-up is and what would be all of the cycles of follow-up.
Calling them, texting them, and emailing them until we get them on the schedule or they verbally tell us not to reach out anymore.
Okay, so far you're knocking it out of the park, but I got one key question here. Let's see how you do. So you call them and they don't answer. Do you leave a voicemail or do you not? Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Big no. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Spot on, Carmen. So it is a 4-part process. You're going to call that person. Y'all, let me ask you a question. You get a phone call from a number you don't recognize. You get a phone call from a number you don't recognize. How many of you are going to ignore that call? Type me in the chat right now. Yep. Are you all seeing this chat? So don't get upset when, people aren't answering the phone. You don't answer the phone either. None of us do. We get a phone call. We all get these phone calls from numbers we don't recognize. And what do we use? We use voicemail. Now, if you're smart, you've got, voicemail that transcribes it and leaves the message and then you can screen it. But, some people don't have that function. Hence, you must leave a message and then you must immediately, and I mean immediately, text that person. Now, how do you text that person? Put your sample of a text. Say you're calling me, Dan Brown, a potential lead. I just filled out a form. I'm interested in knowing more about implants or Invisalign or whatever. Put your sample text to me in the chat right now. I want to see it. I'm going to grade it. You thought this was a webinar. No, this is a workshop. So get working. Let's go. Let's see them messages. Hi, Dan. This is Amy from Boulder Canyon Dental. Following up on your email, please give us a call so we can get you in at your convenience. Very friendly, extremely boring. But we're going to talk about that. That's why you're here. Don't take offense. I'm so glad you did that. Good. Hi, Dan. Wendy from Rose Wayne Dentistry here. Thanks so much for clicking on our Google ad. How can we help you? Good? Good? Not good enough, but good. All right. That's why we're here. That's all good. Tracy, good morning, Dan. We are happy you reached out to us about how we can be of service. Please call me back today. Looking forward to hearing from you. Okay. Good. Come on, get courageous out there, guys. And here, I want you to remember if you haven't been to the New Patient Workshop in a while, you probably should. There is a 3-part process of any marketing that exists. And people today, they are, all over the place. They don't have a lot of attention. That's why you must respond right away. They're gone, man. They are gone within minutes. They're not physically, but mentally, spiritually, and everything else, Ali. They are gone within a very short period of time after the time they click a link or reach out to you. They're just busy people. Here's another one that came in. Okay, just called you and left a message. Would like to talk about how we can be of service. Please call me back today. Looking forward to hearing from you. Cheryl, okay, good. Jenna, hello, Dan. I'm just reaching out to get you an appointment. Okay, just so you all know, I'm just reaching out Those are very key strategic words to get somebody to stop reading. I don't know why. I think it's very friendly. I love it, Jenna. It's very friendly. But for whatever reason, those are words used so often in emails and marketing campaigns that are bulk that people just tune out at that. So just know that. Dr. Perry would love to see you in the office again to get you healthy. Let me know it works for you. Monday through Thursday. I love that, Jenna. It's actually got really good towards the end there. Great. Amy Evelyn. Hello, Dan. This is Amy from Dr. Burns' office. Thank you so much for reaching out. Excited to meet you. I just left you a voicemail and wanted to follow up and text. Please call or text me to get you in on the schedule and that implant you're interested in. We can get you in as soon as this afternoon. Okay, so far, it's top of the mountain. Good, let's see what else we got. Regina here. Hello, Dan. I see you reached out to us, and I'm here to help you with your dental needs. Please text or call me at MVP Family Dental at telephone number. If you are busy, please let me know what time would be good for us to connect. Is there a time I can call you? Have a great day, Regina. Okay, good, not bad. From Rendy. Hi, Dan. This is Rendy from Beachside Family Dentistry. Got a message that you were interested in becoming a new patient. How can I help? I like that. Terrace. Hello, this is Terrace from Dr. Albright's office. See that you're looking for a dentist. How can we help you? Not bad. Janelle. Hi, Dan. This is Janelle. Renew Dental. Thanks for reaching out. We'd love to help you achieve your oral health goals. To get started, text or call me. Good. And then from Chanel. Hi, this is Chanel reaching out from Smile Fresh Dental of Grand Blanc. We wanted to follow up with you on your dental inquiry on our website. Are there any dental care questions or needs that I can help with? Okay, I will say this. I'd say A for effort. I would say a number of you did pretty good to personalize it, but I will say this. You all are very uptone. And a person that needs to be called over and 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 over, are they uptone, point like that, or more downtone, possibly? Point. Yeah, possibly. And downtone could be for a number of reasons. That just in the moment, socially, acutely, they are down the tone scale. They're in anxiety about their life, their schedule, their other concerns outside of dentistry. And then their dental concern came on top of that. Maybe in a peaceful moment, they got inspired. They wanted a new smile. Great. And then life hit them in the face again. So I want you to think about how flowery you're going to make this. And I want you to try some stuff because you have different patients at different points, different circumstances. But I want you to try something. I was telling you about the new patient workshop. We are all busy people. I asked you how many of you would ignore that phone call. And okay, good. Now, how many of you get too much junk email? Raise your hand or say me in the chat if you don't have your video on. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of us, too much junk email. What about this? When you go to YouTube and you're trying to figure out how to open up a stuck peanut butter jar, and then all of a sudden there's an ad. How many of you, when it says skip ad in 3, 2, 1, you skip the ad? Raise your hand or type me in the chat. Right. Here's what I want to just talk to you about. I don't want you to get upset about these individuals who are, they're just so neglectful. They reached out, they clicked the ad, and now they're not answering. Right. Yes. We got to reach out to them, and we got to do it in a 4-part cycle. We have to call them. We have to leave a voicemail. We have to text them, and then we have to email them if we have the email. How many times do you think we should do that before we kind of give up on that individual? Put it in the chat right now. Put the number of times we should probably do that before we kind of, we've given it a good chance. And everybody watch the chat. So I see this, a couple of you, until they respond. Okay, say they never respond. So you're going to do that 365 days a year? Like, I'm just curious. I appreciate all that. And that is a correct view. Some people said 3, some people said 4, some people said 10, some people. Now look at this. One person said 3 before people start to get irritated. Nope. Listen, if they get irritated, and it's definitely not 3, and it's definitely not 5, and it's definitely not 8, and it's definitely not 10. It's minimally 12. It's minimally 12, because that's the minimum by study that it shows that somebody will need that many communications before they actually respond. It's horrible, but that's an average based on that study. We've got a lot of our clients that reach out 20, 30, 40 times. And this is where you might go, oh gosh, one more thing Dan Brown's telling us to do. Please stop. I don't have the time. I just want to help people with their teeth. I understand. I so get you. I so get you. This is an unfortunate fact about our public in that they need our help and they need our follow-up. Again, Blumberg Digital is about to come out with a solution that's pretty darn sexy to help you with that endeavor. It will involve AI and it will be some call out. There's some things that AI will be able to assist you with as far as quantity and numbers and that sort of thing. But I just want you to understand that it's a numbers game. So lead follow-up, quick, lots of them, and then we're going to talk about content. But I think somebody has a question here.
She said, is that 12 different days you do the 4 reaches?
That is correct. I'll call it a cycle of 4. It's a 4-part cycle: phone call, voicemail, text message, email, if you have the email. And you could do that twice the first day. That would count as 1 day. You could do it twice the second day. You could do it 3 times the first day. And I know some of you are starting to vibrate right now, not because of the effort, that's part of it, and the time, that's part of it, but just, well, I don't want to irritate people. I want to cover something that I think is very important since we're on the subject of marketing. There are going to be times that you upset people no matter what you do, right, wrong, from whoever's viewpoint. You are going to upset people. You're going to piss people off. That's what's going to happen. And I'm the one getting yelled at after the 12th call. Thank you for that. I will tell you this. If this happens, everybody watch. Ring, 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 ring. Hello. Yeah, hi, this is Dan Brown from ABC Family. Geez, Dan, you have called like 50 times. Can't you guys get, if I can't get back to you, I can't get back to you. Do you comprende? Oh, totally. Listen, I am so glad you picked up the phone because I don't like calling anybody this many times either. All of this was just to make certain that you got the care you were looking for. And doctor here is just passionate, whether it's at our office or another office. We just want to make sure that you got taken care of. So if you found another dental practice and you're all set with your treatment, I can mark this as Joe Blow is taken care of. Doctor is insistent to make certain that if anybody's got a situation that they need help with, that we make certain that they get the help they need, whether from us or another person. So should I just mark you down? You all set? Well, no, I just haven't had a chance to get around to calling you. Hence why I didn't call you. Gosh, totally get it. I don't want to waste any more time. I don't want to waste your time. More importantly, let's do this. I think you mentioned something about you need some help with a missing tooth or something. Is it one tooth or many? Ugh, it's one tooth. Okay, all right. Left side of your mouth or right side? I'm using the tone scale. Left side. Okay, top or bottom? Towards the top. Okay, and as they come up the tone scale, you come up the tone scale. Okay, and is it towards the front, towards the back? No, it's in the very back. And listen, it's an irritation for me. I just, that, and then everything, I don't even want to get into it with you. There's a lot going on in my life. Well, I'm just so thankful that you took this call, and I'm sorry to hear that. So let me not be an additional problem in your life, and let's see if we can make certain that this missing tooth isn't either. So you said it's towards the back. Can you tell me when you lost it? Okay, thank you. All right, and question. Listen, Mr. Blow, you can call me Joe. Okay, Joe, listen, we're going to get you in. You filled out our form, a free consultation. I'm going to set that up with the doctor right now. Sounds like you're busy. Out of all the days in the week, which one, either this week or early next week, would be the least crazy, the least upsetting, and I'll dare say possibly even the most convenient? Oh, none of them are convenient, Dan. Gotcha. Which one would be the least irritating of all those days? I mean, today is probably the only time that I could even, okay, listen, I got an opening at 2 and I can get you in at 3. Which of those two work best for you? Well, where are you guys located? Oh, we're down here on Brewer Street, right at Highland. That's about 10 minutes from me. Probably the 2 o'clock. Okay, let's do the 2 o'clock and we'll make it quick, okay? Let's just get in here. We'll get it assessed. Tell you what options exist with our practice. If you want to go search for other options, whatever, but let's at least get this first step done. And again, I'm sorry that came across irritating. No, listen, and I'm sorry I blew up. Yeah, it's cool. Really, it is cool. So let's get some information from you and then let's get this set up. And if the person goes, I don't think you get it, man. If I'm not answering the phone, it means I don't want to talk to you. Okay, good. Well, thank you for telling me that. Anything I could do to get you helped out? Because you said you had a dental situation. Well, not for somebody who's going to call me like some desperate, like, ew, practice. I understand. Listen, that's just our protocol to make sure all of our patients are cared for. And we only do that until we get a response. And this is a response. So if you're telling us to like go jump in a lake and you want to go elsewhere, we understand. Yeah, go jump in a lake, dude. Make sure it's a deep one and cold. Okay, thank you very much. I'm marking that as done. You all have to understand this one fact. If they are blowing up and they're like, will you unsubscribe, take me off your list, that is so much better than no response. Can you all understand that? It is so much better than no response. What you would call a bad response is so much better than no response. And what I want you to do is I want you to get yourself kind of ready for it. I want you to get yourself a little bit steeled up for it. I want you to get yourself in a position where you're like, I can have that. Take that as a win. Get that one, document it. Say, guys, I just got another one. Boy, that one was a screamer. I mean, a screamer. High five on that one. Okay, let's mark that lead as gone. Have some fun with it. How many of you can come up the tone scale, get a bit insouciant, right? A little free from worry and concern, get a little flippant, not rude to the patient, but get a little bit unserious. How many of you can do that? Good. Now, sometimes it's tough in the moment. If it's a little bit tough in the moment, type tough in the chat. If it's a little bit tough and you feel like you got to work on that skill, type tough in the. I'll tell you right now, it gets tough for me sometimes to get unserious about things. Type tough, and that's spelled T-O-U. But if you want to spell it T-U-F-F, I'm cool with that because I'm going to be a little insouciant, unserious about it. See what I did there? So yeah, it can be, but that's why we all need to tap each other on the shoulder, put a smile on our face and not get too serious about things. Okay. So I understand that, but failing to get a response is far, far, far worse than getting a response that's negative. Okay. So lead follow-up. If there's something specific you would like out of this and you'd like some AI transcription or some script or whatever, I want you all to reach out to Miriam. Miriam, would you do me a favor and just put your email in the chat? She's our growth specialist here. She's amazing. And along with all of our other, great individuals here, Amy is really, really busy. She's one of our execs, and a lot of you have been sending her that traffic. That's great. What I want you to do is, if you know us and there's something you need, some little tidbit of help and stuff like that, ask Miriam. Miriam just put her email in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna get you taken care of. We're gonna get whatever you need. Good. Now, I want to go back to what you guys were sending out as your initial messages. Back to the new patient workshop. People are busy. People are absolutely collapsed in life and this and that and distracted and such. So there's a 3-step process to get somebody's attention. And it's attract, step 1, interest, step 2, get your message across, step 3. You are all trying to get your message across. I want you to do something that's attract. You can call it shock factor. I'm not going to call it shock factor, but I'm going to say attention. Get someone's attention. Attract their attention. Get them to stop in their tracks. Get them to go, oh, what's this text? Oh, what's this message? Attract, interest, get your message across. Joe, this is Dan from the doctor's office. Are you there? Question mark. Oh, what doctor's office? Yeah, I'm here. Great. Are you available for a phone call? I'm sorry, what doctor's office? Dr. Williams. Who's Dr. Williams? Who's Dr. Williams? Dr. Williams. It's the practice that you asked for some information from. I want you to change it and give it a try. Give it a try. If you got something that's working well, don't fix what isn't broken. But I want you to give this a try. The problem sometimes is we get a little bit too flowery, a little bit too uptone, a little bit too commercial. Hi, this is Dan from ABC Family Dentistry. We got your lead. We are so standing by to help you. Might be a little bit too high tone. Might be a little bit too reachy, right? A little bit too clingy. So what I want you to try is I want you to be a little bit more clinical. That's not working out for you. Be a little bit more clinical. I don't want you to be unfriendly, but I do want you to be a little bit more clinical. Hi, this is Dan from the doctor's office. We're trying to get back to you. Are you available for a phone call? What doctor's office? Some people might say, well, that sounds kind of alarmist. That sounds creepy. Yeah, listen, you do you. I'm telling you, what do you need to do to get a person to stop in their tracks? I want you to figure out what it's going to take. And if what you got as a system is working, try it out. If it's not working and you're not getting response, change it up. Have some fun with it, play it around with it, keep it clean, keep it legal. Don't be alarmist. Don't make people think that maybe their kid just got in a car accident or something like that. Like really, like be responsible about this, but at the same time, understand that people sometimes need a little bit of tap on the shoulder, and a super, super high tone flowery approach would work for you and I, because guess what? We're super high toned and flowery. Keep it legal. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to take up the slide and go through it in its entirety. Patients often move on within hours if they don't hear back. And we're being very, I would just say hours is a little bit too loose. A lot of people move on within minutes. They get excited in the moment and they move on, and 5 minutes later, a little bit less so. 10 minutes later, a lot less so. An hour later, they are gone. So many practices assume if they wanted to book, they call again, but that mindset leads to missed revenue. A lack of follow-up can come across as disorganized or unprofessional. Yes, in view by the patient, they might think that, well, you didn't really give it an honest shot. So 3-touch system: text, call, email, and continuous lead follow-up until you receive a definitive answer. That's number 7. Number 6, slower, broken mobile experiences. This one's pretty simple, easy. Over 70% of dental traffic is mobile. Chunky, clunky, horrible, not smooth, not nice experience causes patients to bounce immediately. And bounce, just so you know, is an actual technical term. Bounce means come to the website, come to the mobile experience, and they leave quickly. Okay. Google rewards mobile-friendly sites with better search rankings. That one's pretty easy, pretty simple. Number 5, relying on a single channel. Now, we're talking about a marketing channel. Relying on one marketing channel alone makes your growth vulnerable. One change in platform rules or performance can absolutely tank your results. Okay. If you are relying on just Google Ads or just SEO or just a marketing funnel or just postcards or just referrals or just organic growth, that's a single channel. That's a single marketing channel. Those channels go through ups and downs, and that's just the nature of all of marketing. That's kind of the nature of life. So having multiple channels, you could have 4, 5, 6, 7 channels. If you had 7 channels, 3 of them could tank while 4 of them are working just fine, and you're still going to be fine. So we want to add channels. Diversifying your marketing keeps your pipeline full. Even one channel or more channels underperform. So the fix on that one is add email, organic, social, SEO, local service ads, and more to your strategy. If you would like to get an assessment of, oh gosh, how can we start adding some channels? Reach out to Miriam. Miriam is standing by. Miriam, put your email in there again and just let her know, hey, I'm not committing to anything. I would just like a review of what marketing channels I'm currently doing and what might be our next channels. And I will tell you this, if we might even just say, listen, it's not anything of a paid service we do, but you should be doing X or Y or Z. That has nothing to do with us, but we will be honest with you and tell you, you should do that. It's cheap, it's easy, it's missing with what you're doing right now. Good. Number 4, no live or personal touch. I want you to think about this. A generic website or social feed creates this cold or impersonal vibe. Just think about it. Our top clients here, and I must give shout outs to so many of you that are here. You're doing so great. And you might think it's thankless and without any real return, but you would be wrong. You would be wrong because I'm looking at your social feeds and your Google business profile photos and your testimonials, and you are building this impression that is being viewed far, far more than you could ever imagine. People are going to your Facebook, social media, going to your Instagram, going to your TikTok, going to your Google business profile, and you just have no clue. I would expect that you are seeing whatever you could imagine. The number of times it's viewed is about 1/100th of the actual number of views. You'll look on, and that's kind of a rule for engagement. So rule for, if you get engagement of a video, somebody goes to your video and they engage twice, that you get 2 thumbs up and 1 comment, that video has probably been seen 400 times, minimally 300. So people just don't engage. That doesn't mean they're not seeing it. Create absolute, personable, and real like custom, not generic. And that doesn't need to be like amazing. It just needs to be real. It needs to be a photo of you in the practice, you guys having a good time, you guys taking care of a patient, you guys catching yourselves in a goofy, fun moment. Patients trust real people like you, your staff. Your patients are real people. So they're looking for a real family dental experience. Emotion and authenticity, they boost conversion and loyalty, and specifically with the type of people you want. These are the people that care more about that experience, not so much with the people who are just trying to find a practice that's going to do whatever the insurance says, right? So the fix on this is add welcome videos, behind the scene clips, short FAQ videos. And I could just tell you, there's so many of you doing a great job with personalized social media, testimonials, etc. Just keep that up. And Miriam, Amy, myself, Britt, we will give you examples of some of our top clients and their social pages and their Google business profiles. If you want samples, we'll give you a ton of those. Just reach out to Miriam, Amy, Britt, myself. We'll absolutely give you, so you can just study it and kind of just do whatever they do. Number 3, unfriendly or disengaged front desk. Seems obvious, and you've been through so much MGE training, I would imagine. Front desk, sets the tone, the entire patient experience. So do not put somebody who's brand new up at the front and leave them alone. Let them be there to shadow your best person or people, but do not let them get up there. They're going to get nervous. They're going to be in anxiety. They're not going to do well. If calls feel cold or rushed, patients, they're just less likely to book. And a single negative call can undo all your marketing efforts. So what's the fix on this one? Mystery shop your phones, review real calls, train for tone and clarity. And on that point, we're going to do one right now. We're going to call a practice. I want you to right now put a telephone number of a competitive practice in the chat right now. So you got to Google it. Who's one of your competitors? Let's call them. We're not going to call your practice. We're going to call them. And we're going to see how it goes. And I might be able to get 1 or 2 in. I might only be able to get 1 in. They might do amazing. That would be so cool. And they might not. And that would be eye-opening. Okay, what do we got here? All right, Liliana, 718987.
This call will be recorded for quality assurance.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Hey, thank you for calling Dr. Bernardini's dental office. This is Kayla speaking. How may I bring you smile today?
Good afternoon. I'm just curious. Do you guys do those invisible braces?
Yes, we do. Can I ask who speaking with, please, and the best callback number in case we get disconnected?
Yeah, sure. My name's Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
All right. Thank you so much for that information, Dan. And what is the best callback number for you?
It's 805-541-3210, or the one that I'm calling from, either one of those.
Can you repeat that one more time? You're cutting out a little bit there.
Okay. It's up.
Apologize. Seems to be having some connection issues on my end, perhaps.
Okay.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, I'm going to cut right back. I wasn't supposed to call your office, Liliana. I know you guys do this well. Gosh, I want to call your competitor. She did great, though. Great ARC, got my name and number. I forgot the number that I gave her. I just invented it, and she made her repeat it. So sorry about that. All right, she did great. I want to talk to a competitor, not somebody who's MGE trained. I mean, look at that. She was like, awesome, great ARC, asked for my name and telephone number. That was a pass on her. Okay, 850832. Let's see who this one. So I really need like competitive practices. I don't want to. So let's see who this is.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
That's a fail. That's an absolute fail. All right, here's another competitor. Like you should be doing your office and you should be doing some nearby offices and call from different numbers like a Google phone or whatever, just to get an idea of what's out there. So Abby, I'm going to give yours a shot, this competitor.
How can I help you?
Hi there. Do you guys do crowns, dental crowns? Okay. Can I ask you about how much they are?
Maybe self-pay or insurance?
I don't have insurance. You still there? Okay. Okay.
Your limited exam and the x-ray to do a consultation would be $79, and then the crown itself would be $900.
Oh, okay. Okay. but certainly it's a better price. And I went to my usual dentist, and they said I needed 4. And like I said, I don't have insurance. So it was quite a bit higher price. So that's good. I originally went there to get the invisible braces. Do you know those invisible braces, the ones you can't see?
Invisalign.
Yeah, right. And I went in to go get that. And then they said, actually, you've been grinding these teeth and you should get that fixed before you go into Invisalign. So anyways, I was all ready to pay for that. And so anyways, I'm just trying to, see if I could get it all done with the limited budget. Do you guys do those invisible braces too?
We don't here. We refer out for those.
Okay, good. But got a good price on the crowns. Okay, good. Well, I'm just calling around. I appreciate your help. That was really helpful. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Bye. Okay. Put your comments in the chat. What could have been, should have been. What could have been, should have been. Yeah, she never tried to schedule me. Spot on. She never got my name and number. No interest. Didn't even fight to schedule you. Right. No dead sound. Never asked your name. Never wrong. I don't know that I would have given the price. Didn't even take note of your grinding issue either. Right. Yeah. Comm lag was insane. No contact info. Listen, I think she was a nice person. Nothing wrong, but let's think about it. That's your first impression. There's no coming back from that. Now, this could also be happening right now. She's handling this phone call. She's got 2 others on hold. She's got a person walking in. She's got a person walking out. She's doing the whole octopus thing, right? I see it all the time. That's a lot to cover. I'm not making excuses for her. I'm just saying that can happen. If you're spending all this money on marketing and you got a broken series of procedures, protocols, systems, personnel who are either trained enough and have enough bandwidth to deal with it, we could have problems. So thumbs up if you understand that one. It's a biggie. It's a biggie. Good. You should be mystery calling your team, not to be evil, but look at the difference between that last one and when we called Dr. Bernardini's office. She was, first of all, she just answered the phone like that. She was friendly, helpful, asked my name, phone number, she was like certain on her feet. Now, that's the product of lots of training. She didn't just land that way. I can almost guarantee you. I'm sure she's a great person who has great, bones as an employee, uptone, willing, can be trained. But then she had to be trained. So let's not discount how much effort and time it might take to make such an individual, but it's well worth it. So yeah, huge difference. That's right, Tracy. Good. So back to it. Mystery shop your phones, review real calls, and train for tone and clarity. And listen, if you need help with this, Amy, myself, not so much me because I'm probably not going to answer you on that one, but Amy, Miriam, they can do mystery calls to your practice. They're very trained in this, and they'll test it out and give you a little assessment. So let them know. If you're a client of Blumberg Digital, arrange with your account manager. We'll do a random one now and again and just do a little random check. But you should be recording all your calls, so that should be being done. Good. Number 2, lack of regular online presence. And you all brought this up pretty much. Why is this a big deal? An inactive online presence can make your practice seem closed or outdated. Patients often check your site or socials before looking and booking. And I want you to really get this. A lot of people don't believe me when I say this, but we see the analytics of how often your pages get viewed. And it's far beyond what you could ever expect. A fresh, active presence builds trust and keeps you top of mind. So what do you got to do? You got to post at least weekly with real team photos, educational tips, or patient stories. Now, I'm saying this to the practice that's just kind of coping right now, weekly. How many times do I want you to post, folks? Tell me. Put it in the chat. How many times do I want you to post? 3 to 4 times a day. And some of you, when I say 3 to 4 times a day, you like throw up in your own mouth. Like, when is that going to happen? Like, how is that going to happen? Well, first of all, you should be on the gold platform to where you could just have a post and you one click and it goes everywhere at once. So that's that. It makes it very easy. You can schedule your posts. You sit down for half an hour. You schedule all your posts for the week. It even tells you when you should be posting on what platform because it's saying you're going to get the most or you've been getting the most engagement at these times. Schedule it and it just goes for you. So that's the gold platform. If you have it, make sure you're using it. If you don't have it, you should talk to Miriam. She'll help you with that. And then we've got a ton of posts, like, 2,000 post ideas. You could take our generic ones, which are pretty good. We got funny, we got animals, we got holidays, we got spirit, we got everything like team spirit, whatever you could want, we got there. But we want you to put a little custom message, maybe even add a photo or two. We'll walk you through that, but that shouldn't be that difficult. But if you can't do 3 times a day, then you should do once a day. If you can't do once a day, every other day. If you can't do that a few times a week, then you got to do once a week. And if you can't do that, I would almost say something's wrong. You need to get a new patient coordinator on post or somebody who's holding that function. So there's that one. I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to circle around and pick a couple things up. Number 1, passive marketing mindset. Waiting for patients to find you puts your growth on someone else's hands, even if it's us, your marketing team, Blumberg Digital. When you get the idea that something else is in charge of your new patients, that puts you're labeling that something else as cause. You are inadvertently labeling yourself and your practice effect. You are in charge of your growth. You are in charge of your production. You are in charge of your collections. You are in charge of your schedule. You are in charge of your new patients and your growth. So that's just functionally a perspective that you should own. That said, you take ownership of it and you make certain that you're learning what marketing means, what you could or should be doing that you're not doing, how to better optimize your marketing, working with your marketing team, of course, whether it's us or another one, you're working with them, but you assign someone in the practice. The job, function, or duty that belongs to everybody belongs to, put it in the chat. The job, function, or duty that belongs to everybody belongs to, put it in the chat. That's right. Nobody. It's got to sit. It's got to sit somewhere. Somebody's got to own that. Somebody has to be assigned the new patient coordinator post. And it might be their 2nd, 3rd, or 4th hat. So we eventually got to move somebody in there. But then train that person up, get them to understand things. They're coming to every one of these. They're routinely going to a new patient workshop. They're doing the DDS success marketing training, and they're learning marketing. They're working with the marketing team to get it going. They're not just waiting. They're actively outreaching. You're reactivating past patients that haven't been in for 8 months, 2 years, 3 years, etc. Okay. You don't want to be at the effect end of it, the reactive end of things. You don't want to wait till things crash. You want to be proactive, and that's being at cause, right? So proactive strategies lead to predictable growth and stronger team alignment. So couple takeaways here. You want to set monthly marketing goals and review them with your team. And then here's kind of the key to all this. Follow up fast, optimize for mobile, diversify your marketing channels. Don't just stick with one or a couple. Be human and personal and professional. Train your team. Stay active online. Lots and lots of posts. Lead with strategy. And then a couple killers here. I'm going to tell you this. Marketing to the wrong avatar. It's the wrong public, the wrong profile. You could be targeting, a college town and you're talking about full mouth restoration. That would be wrong. You could be talking to 55 plus community about braces. That would also be wrong. So there's some of the symptoms to it. High cost per lead, low conversion, lots of price shoppers or poor fit patients. You feel like your ads are working, but no one's saying yes. Hidden cost of course, wasting budget on audiences that aren't ready, willing, or able to accept. Treatment, especially high value cases like implants or full mouth reconstruction, just not able to get those done. So the fix is to define and document your ideal patient avatar, ideal patient profile. We call them a target public. What is that target public? If you do service a college town, well, man, that could be Invisalign, whitening, and certainly traditional restoration, but knowing that it's going to be, people who come and go. Match messaging to pain points, aspirations, and lifestyles. Don't talk to them generically, talk to them specifically, and we'll help you with that. And then run ad sets that explicitly exclude poor fit demographics. Again, we can help you with that. I got a bunch more, but we're running a little bit out of time. I got 4 minutes. Any questions you have on anything we've covered so far? Could you do me a favor? What did you like about this? If there was anything. Glad to hear that, everybody who's saying great. What was helpful? What most hit home for you? If you could put that in the chat. Just so you know, this is going to be available. And for all of our clients, we're going to be releasing this document to you so you can have it. If you're not a client and you still want it, well, then talk Miriam up a little bit. She'll probably let one go. Reach out to Miriam on that one. Otherwise, clients, reach out to your account manager. Get this. So let's see the feedback here. Unaware how many minimum attempts need to be made on any lead. Yes, Wendy, totally. Love the handling of the grumpy lead. Excellent. Always like being grumpy. Like to play that part. It's fun. Tactics to follow up and keep patients engaged on the phone. Good. Making sure to be personal and human. So good, Carmen. That I should have regular online presence. Yes, Jessica. So true. Live calls. Yep. Good stuff. Tracy, consistency is the key. So true, Tracy. There's Randy, the amount of reaching out to leads. Yeah, it's a big number, scary. Amy, Evelyn, finding our public and resurveying our community to make sure we are still on the mark. Oh, so true. And Amy, I wonder when the last time we did a survey in your area. So we can get together and talk about different publics because you are servicing a lot of different publics because you also have 6 practices. So, all right. Janelle, I love to hear others' perspectives, successful actions, etc. Dan, each time you do an example phone call or conversation, I always take your points to tweak our messaging. I love that. Love that. Good. Stephanie, follow urgency. Yes. Love that. Randy, I liked hearing how that competitor answered their phone. Yep. That's what's out there. Good. Liliana, love to know what your guidance doing good and keeping improving. Great seeing you. Lovely seeing you. Love that feedback. Follow-up urgency, Stephanie. Yep. Also, we need different marketing channels. Good, Jessica. Great. Omer, good. Training our team and reminders to us that we need training to get this right. Yeah. Scheduling text cannot be robotic or templates. So true. We have to be real to patients and creative in responses. I love that. What a great takeaway. Dr. Mar, great. Lots of great info. I like the breakdown of the different steps and the mystery phone calls. Beautiful. And Regina, keep reaching out to leads until they respond, even if it's a negative response, some blowback. Yeah, enjoy it. Be spirited about it. I need to check my energy and tone to make these follow-ups being more uptone. Love it. Love it. And Vidi, the lead follow-up system and how to handle upset patients on phones. Great. Well, I had a blast. I'm willing to keep going. We are going to keep going until 1, but I just wanted to tell you all, so glad that you're here. A lot of you have pushed beyond the hour. We've got another 15 minutes. I'm going to take up some more things. You're welcome to stick around. It's going to be on the recording. If you got to go, you got to go. I know that. So here's the special bonus treat I got for the people who are going to stick around. This one's just good. I want you to see this. Here's what we got. We've got Salvatore Dental. First of all, this is one of our Blumberg Digital Gold Platform sites. It's a great site. It's very personalized. I mean, the photos here are all, there's no stock photos. It's all, family, before and afters, all of these are actual photos. If you've got stock photos on your website, get them gone. That's our implant funnel, social proof. These are exact reviews that we brought in that communicate to patients. So I want you to think about these. This is where your patients are doing the job for you. These are exact things that are buttons for patients. So these are the things that are important to people in their area, and that's why those reviews are being placed there. Then testimonials. And we have, everything to everything to everything, and they are great testimonials. So somebody can at least see them, and if they want, they can click them, and it'll pop out, and they can do a quick watch. So they could go click.
You ready? So we're not even 24 hours from us taking out your teeth, putting in implants, and then today we delivered the new smile, so take a look.
Oh, shit. Yo. Oh, my God. Yo, I'm handsome again. Oh, my God, Doc.
Is that wild or what?
Yo, Doc. Oh, my God.
Smile, smile, smile. Isn't that crazy?
Thank you, man.
Raise your hand if you just felt that in the heart.
The thing that initiated me to come in here was, one, not being able to smile. Two, lack of eating. Couldn't chew food. I cut my sandwiches up for work in 4 pieces. I had 1 tooth left. I'm tied 6 teeth, but I had 1 molar left. I couldn't chew. Teeth were all loose. Looked horrifying. Scared grandkids, stuff like that. So it was, there was a lot. There was a lot there. Getting older, obviously, I realized that it had, potential to my health. And I just said, okay, I have to do it. I'm happy that
So we're communicating, patients are communicating the message to our target public right there. Meet our skilled team. But why did I come here? I came here because I want you to look on every page at the top are their social media channels. I have Facebook up at the top. Do you all see that? Thumbs up if you can see that. Facebook, Instagram, good, TikTok, YouTube, Google. They could go here. They could binge watch about 50 testimonials if they wanted to. I'm going to go to their Facebook page. I want you to look at how often they're posting. Before and after, featuring a local business, our team, the family. I mean, they just find stuff. And I can't play the music on this because it'll snap on YouTube. I'll get a strike, but I would really appreciate if you go to Salvatore Dental's Facebook page. But here's what I want you to do. And just take some of their ideas. They are great. They are just fantastic. So you do that, but I want to play this video for y'all. We were talking about frequency, how often people look at your Google profiles and stuff. I'm going to go down here to videos. Where's videos? Here. Some of you have seen me do this already, but I want you to stick with me here. Got an individual who's about, late 50s, early 60s. And there he is, Victor.
Boxer when I was younger. And I've fought with my teeth my entire life. Fillings, root canals, this, that. And in 2011, I had an accident. I hurt my back and a few other things. And being down with my injury just became more prevalent and evident that I needed to do something with it. I made a very poor decision and went to a different place. And they basically at that point told me that my teeth, there was just so much trauma and damage to my teeth that remove them, do a denture and an implant down the line. They're the doctors, they're the dentists. So I believed them and I went with what they said. And the 2 years building up to this was terrible. Embarrassed to go out. Couldn't eat with a man, so I had to take him out. So obviously you're not going to go sit down at dinner with your wife and, let me take my teeth out, the implants was the route, was just finding the right dentist. And
okay, how many of you have had people who've come to you after they've had a bad experience at another dental practice? Put in the chat, me, or raise your hands. Yeah. So that is a target public that we're going for. We've got him. He's there. He's got the recommended mic that we use right there. It's being shot on an iPhone in cinematic mode. So it blurs the background. You can see it kind of blurs the background. We've matched music to the tone, right? We put music that's applicable to the testimonial. Now, everybody get your microphones ready to open up your microphones because I'm going to test you.
Personnel, and that's you guys.
Thank you. Well, we appreciate that.
Dr. Rich and his wife have just great reviews.
Okay, what did you just say?
Great
Everybody
reviews.
open up your microphone. What did you just say?
Great reviews.
Great reviews. So he went searching for a dentist near me. He does our, Salvatore Dental are on our premium SEO product. So they come up, number one, he finds them. He goes through the reviews and then listen.
Actually, then I found your Facebook and I saw TikToks and
What did you just say? Open up your microphone and say it.
TikTok.
Facebook and TikToks. Look at how old he is. He's got more gray in his beard than I do, or maybe we're on par. But anyhow, TikTok, this guy, before he called the practice.
Patients talking, and I was like, that's what I want. I want to be able to go out and feel confident again. And I got it.
Definitely did.
So far, I'm very happy, And I like the atmosphere. It's not like you're in a doctor's office. Everybody's smiling. Everybody says hi. Everybody jokes around. And just kind of gave me gave me my smile back. My wife already said that. She goes, you smile more. She goes, you must be feeling better and feeling more comfortable and stuff. And yeah, definitely happy. And I would tell anybody that needs to see a dentist for anything to come here. So you guys make people feel good. That's what I like.
Okay, how many of you are happy for Victor here? Raise your hands. And look at this. And that's marketing, just so you know, that's marketing. And Vic says, thank you all so much. And then Bonnie says, this place has helped me a lot, and I'm so happy I found them. Dr. Rich did a great job. So this is the fan base that we're talking about. I want you to think about this. People are snooping you. People are snooping you. They're going to your Google business. They're going to your social media profiles. Post, post, post. Make it fun. Make it personal. Make it friendly. Make it emotional. Make it goofy. Make it serious. Make it business. Make it before and after. Do everything you can, but make it happen a lot. Use our Gold platform. We'll help you out. Use some help from us on how to do a testimonial or whatever, but just make it happen. When you go to your Google business profile, I'll show you Blumberg Digital. That is ours. And you can add photos here. You just click on the photos, get up here and say add photos, and you could drag and drop them. It'll take video if it's under 50 megabytes. Any videos you can take and edit and look. You can choose a cover photo. That photo is a cover photo. You can only choose one photo. Every other photo lines up in alignment with how popular it is. So when you go to your photos, you can change your cover photo, and you can, of course, change your logo. Every other photo and video is going to be in alignment with, what people like and how often they look at it. Get in here, ask for a review. And watch this, everybody. Everybody scan that right now. Just scan that. I would love it if you got something out of this, if you'd leave us a review and your feedback. But there's your QR code. Make sure your patients have it. Ask for reviews. I'd love it if you guys would share a review about us. It's so important. But get in here, make it optimized. Get into, when I take a look at Salvatore Dental, Boston Spa, New York, they've got their cover photo. Very impinging, right? Very impinging. Before and afters, all sorts of, kid and pet fun, team training, what the place looks like when you drive up, awards, getting, special awards at MGE. There's just a ton of stuff here. People go through this stuff all the time. So get in there and do it. I'm going to give you one more bonus that I want you to think about in our presentation. Treating marketing like a project, not a system. So start and stopping SEO. We did SEO one time and it didn't work. Or random acts of marketing with no compounding benefit. If you don't keep the momentum of something, all of marketing is going to go through cycles. Some are going to kick on 8 cylinders. Some are going to drop down to 6 cylinders. Some are going to putter along on 4. You got to fix marketing, but you cannot keep starting and stopping marketing. It's going to be more expensive. You've just got to figure out how to make marketing work, add channels, bring in more capital, and do more marketing. The hidden cost of this is that, your momentum gets lost. It's the flywheel effect. Things just, you get motion and then you stop it and then it slows down. Then you got to add budget and put a channel back in. It takes a long while to get it going. And then you stop and then it winds down. You never build on wins that way. You're just always starting from scratch. So treat marketing like hygiene, ongoing and consistent. Use quarterly planning to layer different campaigns, not replace them, and measure what's growing and compound the winners. Don't necessarily just hop from this one to that one and then back to the other one. Another point, bland, generic branding, your logo, your name, visuals. Sometimes they're just so boring. It could be any practice and there's no emotional resonance with potential patients. So if it's that way, you're instantly forgettable. Word of mouth stalls, visual content doesn't stop the scroll. So use bold visuals, storytelling, reflect the practice culture, the personality that exists in there. Create a signature promise, separates you from competitors, and develop a visual identity kit and voice guide for consistency. We can help you with some of that stuff. Last but not least, that I'm going to cover here in the last 2 minutes, ignoring Google Business Profile optimization. So you might have claimed your Google Business Profile, but your updates are rare. There's no photo strategy, weak categories, minimal reviews. So that's really going to cost you. You're invisible in local map packs and you're missing the easiest conversions because this is basically free. So the fix, add 3 to 5 Geo-Tagged photos weekly. We'll help you with that if you need help with that. Solicit and respond to reviews consistently and use the Q&A services, post sections. Again, we can walk you through some of that stuff. And that's as far as what's a Geo-Tagged photo? So a photo is connected to a location. So geo is like geography. Geo is location. And geo-tagging is where like on a lot of our phones, you could pull up, where did that photo happen? Where did it take place? Geo-tagging is making certain that that photo has a location, because then it's tying it to your practice and where you service things. So hope that helps. Folks, we'll see you on the next webinar.